My experience with the Fitness Factory franchise has been great. Overall, every part of that system has been very user-friendly, very hands-on, very good people, a very good connection, and a warm feeling that I have when I talk to them, whether it's on the phone or whether it's via text.
Since joining Fitness Factory, the experience has been overwhelmingly positive. We've had quite a few contracts with vendors that we've used in the past and new ones that we didn't use before that we do use now that have been renegotiated to give us superior buying power that we did not have and we would not have if we were on our own. So, everything from fitness equipment where we're getting deep discounts in addition to long warranty periods where we get 5 years parts and labor, which is just unheard of in the industry and, really saves you a lot of money in long-term upkeep. And that's a big advantage we get being with Fitness Factory. But it's not just the equipment. It goes right down to things such as buying the paper towels for the paper towel dispensers. That increased buying power adds up over time. And, it just makes for a much more positive experience when your franchise is helping you and supporting you to get those kind of discounts to help you make more money on your bottom line.
My franchise that I was previously part of was bought out, and it was not a good relationship. It wasn't a good partnership. So I was coming from a very frustrating situation with a franchisor. So when Dennis and the team, Rich, bought out our franchise, it was a breath of fresh air. Really good staff. Everybody's been super attentive. Anything we need. I just feel like I'm part of a family now, whereas previously I was just on my own, doing my own thing as an individual owner operator. So now, it really feels good to be part of a franchise that has your back and wants only the best for you.
Experience with Fitness Factory has been very positive. I've actually known the owners, Dennis and Rich, a really long time, even before they purchased Fitness Factory. And again, Dennis has a great background as a real estate developer, which has been really helpful in terms of his knowledge in terms of the community and the towns. I think he's actually from a town really close nearby. And Rich, again, is a master in terms of owning franchise clubs individually. He's had over 8 or 9 currently run. I think he's probably had over 20 in his career. So they've both been really helpful guys and in terms of mentorship.
My experience with Fitness Factory has been nothing but amazing. The team has been great, open communication, and I just really believe that they are doing their best to grow this facility, to grow this franchise, and do everything that they can to increase all the different aspects of this business.
So one of the other reasons I got into the fitness industry is because it seemed to me to be a business that was recession-proof. And no one could have predicted back then what COVID would bring, and it nearly put us all out of business. But being one of the most hardest hit industries, the fitness industry, we were able to survive and come through where a lot of companies didn't, right? So being that we were able to come through on the other end and learn from that and now rebuild our business almost from scratch, it was a great experience to just be able to be that resilient and still come out on top. And so it has whittled down the industry a little bit. So there aren't as many competitors, which is a good thing for us. Not great for our competitors that didn't make it through. But yeah, it was an incredibly challenging experience building a business up to its peak, watching it crumble down to ashes while we waited, for this thing to end, and then restarting it and rebuilding it even better. And I think everybody learned a lot from that experience. And not to just rest on your laurels and anything can happen to anybody in any business. And I'm just happy that we weren't one of the many that didn't make it through. And now we have a chance to do great things. And it's just trending in the right direction. Month after month, numbers are going up.
So coming from a teaching background, I actually used to teach in Hawaii, and I moved back here back in 2012, and I had a teaching job lined up, but my brother had just started this business back in 2010, and for me, when he offered me the opportunity to get in with him, it was just such a great financial opportunity that I couldn't pass it up, and it was the best decision I ever made. Being in business with family and being able to grow this thing from the ground up, it's been a blessing.
You don't need to have to have spent 15 years in the fitness industry in order to open a franchise. The franchise is there to help you, get started with the tools you need, the forms you need to fill out, the government agencies you need to contact to get everything done. So that's all done for you. And then once you get, you get into it, you learn the ropes really fast.
Why I would recommend to franchise with the Fitness Factory is a few things. Number one, Dennis and Rich have been very good. I feel like it's a very small community, which I like. It's not this monster corporate where I have to go through so many people to get to speak to somebody on the top. You can pick up the phone and they're right there. I feel that, again, that hands-on experience, that smaller, even though we're an amazing operation, beautiful facilities, and we're going in a great direction, I do feel that there is a small feel to it, more of a privately small-owned company rather than a giant corporation. And that's a great plus, especially if you're just new to the industry or trying to learn. I've been with them for maybe 2 years now, and it's been nothing but good so far. It seems like they want to grow the facility. They have a lot of ideas to make it better, more improvements. And I think that's the biggest thing. We need to improve, we need to grow, and they're there to help you through that process.
So I was an accountant in Manhattan for about 6 years, followed in my family's footsteps, my cousins, my father, all accountants. I just figured that was the route I had to go. Wasn't for me. Didn't like sitting behind a desk, needed to find my own niche. And coming from an athletic background, I played sports, basketball, football, baseball. I knew I wanted to do something with that, something with athletics. And an opportunity arose where I knew a friend of a friend that introduced me to a franchise owner of a fitness center called Club Metro back in 2008, 2009-ish. I got together with my father. We, came up with the money to do it. And that's how I got involved in fitness and couldn't be more happy with the life choice I made. I'm not saying that, behind a desk isn't for everybody. Some people do love that, sure. It just wasn't for me, and I love being in this type of environment every day. Seeing the people out on the floor, getting in their work and being motivated. It's just seeing people sweating, getting after it. It's a good feeling to know that, you're providing this to the community.
And as far as like ongoing support and what's good about Fitness Factory, as you move forward, I think the biggest thing that I would tell somebody compared to our competitors is that we get support, but we don't have an overbearing franchise that is trying to micromanage us. And I've heard stories of fast food places that make you get a certain ketchup packet or something like that. Fitness Factory is much more flexible. They're going to work with you so you can do the things that you want to do within the framework of the franchise. But that's the one thing I love about our franchise is every location you go to, we do have brand consistency, but at the same time, every gym has their own flavor, and it really matches the location that they're at and the owner of the club. They all have their own vibe and their own feeling, and that's something that makes us special and makes us different.
We've had a pretty good year so far. We're up over 400 members, and I think part of that is due to now being a new franchise, Fitness Factory. Again, we're a real community gym. You can see here, just to give you an idea. We have members from all over the world. We're really proud that we're an international gym. And you can even see here, we offer free English classes every week, not just to members and their families, but actually the entire neighborhood is 100% free. So we do a lot of community outreach. We're also engaged in, monthly barbecues. We do community service. And again, we're different from your typical franchise in that we're really community-led and community-driven.
So this has always been our motto with our health clubs is we want to keep the price point reasonable, right? But we do not want to be one of those box gyms. That's that's all it is. It's just you're based on price, and that's why you're good, because you just have a low price. We want to provide to the community something that is reasonably priced, but also you get that luxury feeling when you walk in and you get the top of the line equipment and you're getting in a good workout. And I feel like when people walk into a Fitness Factory, it's an easy sell because you see everything out on the floor and you see the top of the line stuff we got, and you see people that care, and that's what really differentiates Fitness Factory from the competition. I feel like you have some gyms that are $160 a month and you get all that great stuff, but that is a big nut to cover for some people on a monthly basis. Then you got your your lower end gyms, $10 a month, $20 a month, but they don't care about you. We'd like right in the middle where we care about you and we're also providing you with an excellent experience, with excellent equipment and a superior staff that is all local, Jersey City, Hoboken kids, that will say hello to you, know your name when you walk in the door.
So I would definitely recommend owning a Fitness Factory to a friend or family member of mine. For the main reason is support. You get that lay of the land. It's not easy running your own business, especially a fitness center. There's a lot of moving pieces. It may not look like much that somebody comes and unlocks the door every day and that's it. No, there's a whole lot more that goes to it. And obviously I've been doing this for coming up on 15 years now. It gets easier as you go for sure, but getting started is something that we couldn't have done without having the support of a franchise.
If I have one sentence to persuade someone to become a Fitness Factory owner, it's this: make money.
So start today and come join us at the Fitness Factory.